There we go.
All right, there we are. So, guys, on the left, we have
Oh, misspell there. That's on. It's Josue.
Josue.
Yeah, sorry, I was typing so fast.
Yeah, it's on fire. The keyboard was on fire. Okay, so we have Josue on the left playing Golden Frieza, which is a fantastic. Actually, he's playing Gohan. Is that no? It's Golden Frieza. Okay, it looks weird. There's a little green here.
Oh, that's U7.
Yeah, it's U7.
I was told it was golden, so my bad.
Yeah, that's U7. And then on the right, we have Trunks. Dillon playing Trunks, which is a fantastic Storm deck. You know, we saw it take down the most recent Flow Play Tour actually the most recent National, I think. Trunks won. It's just a fantastic Storm deck. It draws so many cards off not only the Goten, but just off the combo power from Trunks alone.
I actually haven't seen Storm Trunks in quite some time, so I'm excited to see that going into this. There you go, guys. I fixed the leaders right there, so we have the proper leaders. U7, Frieza, and Blue Trunks from Union Force.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we have Josue already down to 7 life, which isn't too bad. And the most important thing that Josue is going to have to do here is just try to defend as much as he can in the early game, and his leader will take over the late game.
Yes.
So his leader, his cards, he's playing the traditional control versus aggro matchup here, and only thing he needs to do is just survive. He's going to have to use, Sensu Beans, Flying Nimbuses, essentially every card we put on the cards to watch to try to survive.
You know what? I'm going to actually try something here to make this a bit easier for all of us. Can I have... Nope. All right. I'm just going to leave this here.
Yep. All right. So Josue does have a blue open, which is really important to his defense here. Now, Dillon just used the Kai of Time here to give his leader plus 5k and draws a card. Now, what's really cool here is this card is so powerful in this deck because you can play it out for Overwhelm for free. You give your leader plus 5k, you draw a card, and then you can combo with the card and draw another card with Trunks. So it's actually a 2-for-1, which is just fantastic. So great for Storm. You also can just attack with the card, which is another 15k attacker, which is just insane. It brings your leader up to another 15k. Just so many 15k attackers, which is something that's not normal in Storm. Usually Storm has some 10k attackers into a couple 15k.
And I'm wondering, in comparison to Hyrule Storm, why doesn't Hyrule run the Overwhelm Kai? It's also a blue leader.
True.
So I'm curious as to why in Trunks, but I think it just has to do with the whole draw aspect of the leader. Yeah,
and it's kind of cool thing about Storm is while it's a very strong deck, or the 1-2 swap aggro deck, however how you want to call it, it's also pretty versatile. It works with a lot of different leaders. There's a lot of different builds.
Yep.
We've even seen Gohan Storm with the new Wish leader, which is super cool. All right, so here Dillon is comboing with one of the new Kai super combos.
I believe he's already at 4 life.
He is at 4 life. Actually, it might be 3 life. He's going to awaken, draw 2 more.
Potentially.
Or draw 1. 2, and then 1 off the combo here, what he's about to do. See what he chooses the combo here. He does have another Kai in hand, so he has another super combo in hand. But it looks like he's just not going to combo yet. Remember, the cool thing about this game is that you get your effect off the front side and back side, which is super, super cool. So if you draw off the leader on the front, off his auto, you can draw off the back as well.
My man Josue is taking life in interesting ways. I thought it was 6. It's actually 5.
Yeah.
My life system is not efficient, I'm noticing right now. So just, we're going to roll with the punches.
All right, Dillon right now going to swap into another Goten. A little attack with Goten here. Probably going to combo up to 15 again. We'll see.
And I'm going to bring this card up, actually, because...
Ooh, gets super combo, another Goten, and another card. That's a tough choice. Let's see what he decides to take here.
This is one of those moments where it becomes very situational. It's like
he took the super combo. I like that. I like that. Where he's at now, I like that a lot.
If you feel like you're looking to put somebody at a life deficit that you need them specifically at, I need you within double strike range and things like that. That's when you might grab the super combo to try and guarantee they're within range to get your kill turn essentially.
Absolutely. And the cool thing about the super combos too, they're always good. You know what I mean? While Goten is good in certain situations, super combo, good on offense, good on defense. It's never going to be a bad card in your hand, especially when you're at 4 life.
Typically with Storm, you're going to see it used on offense, but there's the card that's going to be, once again, a MVP of the weekend, Sensu Bean. Great against this particular matchup.
Absolutely. Sensu Bean, like we said, is a pivotal card to kind of stave off this Storm aggression. This, on top of Flying Nimbus, really gives this Frieza deck an ability to stop Dillon's turns just dead in the water.
Yeah. And we're seeing another Kai here. Oh, no, it's the same Kai. I was like, whoa, how did he do that? Yeah, he's just choosing to attack. Another 15k body. Once again, forcing Josue to combo just whatever he has to not take all the life that Dillon will be forcing him to take.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
there's a Roshi negate. Like, there's so many things you need to do in order to survive the storm. But once the storm settles, you're usually open to find a win.
Roshi negate such a fantastic card. Will get storm. It stops one attack, and then you can use it as a combo piece to stop another attack. So it, in the best case scenario, it stops 2 attacks for just 1 energy. Very, very efficient card against storm. All right, so it's finally Jose's turn here. He's going to play
his second energy.
Yeah, his second energy with his opponent has 4 things on board here.
Going ahead using the leader effect for U7 Frieza. He gets to ditch a Universe 7 card and draw 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Does have Flying Nimbus in hand. That's going to be huge. So we'll see what Dillon decides to do with his turn. Hopefully he decides not to attack with his leader first. That's the kind of like the drummer always do. Every time I see someone with Flying Nimbus, I'm like, please don't attack with your leader first.
I'm going to go ahead and actually update Dillon's life here. I think he is at 3. I keep looking at it and having just that conversation in my head. So we're going to put him at 3.
I think, because there might be a card. Yeah, I think it actually is 4.
Oh, it is 4.
Yeah.
Now I'm a liar.
Well, I think I tricked you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I persuaded you to 4 and then immediately changed my mind as soon as you changed it.
As soon as I say that, he's going to like play a Bardock and then go back down to 3.
Yeah, 2, yeah.
Oh, but there's a card. So we've seen 2 cards actually that we mentioned in some of our top 3s. We saw
3. We saw Sensu Bean. Actually, we've seen 4.
Right, and we saw
Unyielding.
We've seen
Crisis
them all.
Crusher.
That's it, guys.
Almost
Stream's
all
over.
of them. Yeah.
He has the Nimbus in hand, and then the Crisis Crusher play, which is going to at least stop the Bardock, the Progenitor cards from attacking. You see Dillon there having to reread, making sure, like, can I really not attack right now?
I can't attack, huh? Well, that's pretty annoying.
And then if he does happen to leave a Bardock on board, Crisis Crusher has that activate main once per turn.
Which is fantastic.
KOing a 1-drop.
Right, because the cool thing it does is it forces your opponent to have to take the Bardocks and put them back in their hand, which means they have to take another life. Right, so he's going to have to eventually transition into Grandpa Gohan, which I think saw one on play in board, so I think he's going to be okay. But at this point, once Storm gets down to about 4-3 life, they really start wanting to transition to Grandpa Gohan. Right, they don't want to keep taking life.
And there's the Nimbus response from Josue.
See what he pitches? Pitches Battering Laser.
Interesting choice. I think that's a fair choice. I feel like against Storm, you don't have to worry about too many like big negates.
Yeah, I agree.
You do have to worry about a negate, of course, but maybe he has another one or whatever the case may be.
Sure. Yeah, a lot of Storm decks have been cutting out the negates as well and just trying to kill you on turn 2 or 3. Now Dillon does have a Flying Nimbus and Energy, so I think that should be a little bit of a tell for Jose that he does have negates. So it might be a little tricky to pitch that Battering Laser. My guess is he might just have a second one in hand.
It could have, or it could be that he isn't. I guess that's always the conversation you have with yourself as the other player, saying, what if he charged that in turn 1 because he didn't want to charge a Bardock or a Goten, so maybe he doesn't have it. Now, if he just charged it, then he most likely has another one,
Absolutely.
So you kind of have to keep in mind when certain things are being charged in order to kind of have an idea of what your opponent is trying to do.
Yeah, the great thing too about Frieza is that it cycles through its deck very quickly. So you get discard a card, draw 2. So even if you pitch a card like Battering, which is a lot better late game, it's very, very likely that he'll just draw into another one.
Right. Ooh, and we're seeing the East Kai acting as a Furthering Destruction Champa, giving the same effect as that card, giving his leader double strike, which is a lot of pressure right now. And considering Josue doesn't look like he has too many cards in hand, this could be pretty detrimental.
Absolutely. I mean, Dillon's going big right here. And remember, this is one if he only has one more attack after this. So Jose's actually going to take it. Josue. This means that he could be dead to another.
I'm sensing a Mira potentially. He hasn't overwhelmed this turn.
No Mira.
But I don't know if he has. Well, if that's his drop area above his deck, there's no Mira in hand.
I don't think so, but he's shuffled through it pretty quick. He actually just
passed
passes
the turn.
Interesting.
Let me bring our friend Josue here down to 2 life. This is good. I feel like this is a make it or break it sort of moment in terms of, do I really have the ability to stop the potential, big man double strike?
Ooh, actually draws another Battering Laser. We just talked about that.
Huge.
Also drew an objection, which is pretty unfortunate for him here. He might use it. We'll see.
Honestly, I wish he was already at 4 energy. It could have been a huge turn for him because he still has his leader Awaken, which is a restand 2. So objection here in this case could be free, but I don't think it's the most optimal. Seeing a Scientist Fu, not a bad choice considering Dillon is also at a low amount of life. And I believe that was the judge confirming that he did have enough to play Scientist Fu from the drop area to the warp.
Here comes Scientist 2. Just draw 2 more. It looks like he is going to objection. I like this play by him. A little scary going down to 1 energy when you're at 2 life, but
also Scientist Fu almost forgot.
Right there.
Hello there.
Let's
there
begin
he
the
is.
experiment.
Flip through the screen. Thank you. Going to Awaken, get his 2 energy back to 2 blue, 1 yellow. Going to attack for 25k double strike currently.
Dillon does have a lot of cards in hand, so I mean, this is something that choosing to looks like a little combo Nimbus right there.
Yeah, so I wonder if Jose will actually battering laser here. He's thinking about it. He does have it in hand.
He does have it, but I don't know. I don't feel like you do. It's not the the game-winning attack. It's one of those things that I'd rather him Dillon waste cards, but maybe at the same time Jose's in a position where it's like, I don't know if I can survive another turn, so I have to try to go for broke here.
It looks like Jose says no response though.
Okay.
So it looks like there's not going to be any.
And he's not choosing to use Nimbus' secondary effect to ditch a yellow card.
True. So he still gets a go here. Draws 2 cards.
So there's the second, the awakened side of U7 Frieza using the ability. So another 2 cards.
And U7 Frieza just gets so many cards, man. It's actually disgusting to watch.
It's great.
Watch him just keep drawing cards. Frieza draws you 2 cards on the front, and then he draws you 2 more on the back, which is like 4 cards.
Okay, so he was choosing to rest the dependable Dynasty Goku with the golden Frieza effect.
Now he's going to attack into it. 15k into 15k here. Frieza into Goku. See what Jose decides to do here. And he's going to pitch a Goku to go up to 25k to make sure he gets that off the board.
I mean, you're coming to the point where Storm, especially a non-Hyrudegon Storm, turn 4 for Storm is typically the turn where I say they start to lose gas.
Right.
So if you get rid of these bodies, these could be the only major threats that he has. You're getting rid of Goten's, which is the most important, and he's not going to want to continue Bardock.
Right. And honestly, usually Storm decks only have the Gokus and Goten's. And they just try to win the game off that and a couple overwhelm cards.
Right.
Mira to finish, obviously. So we'll see what Dillon decides to do. I mean, like you said, he has went through a lot of cards.
And you'll see here, I think Dillon's thinking about charging that Bardock because, yes, he doesn't want to put himself down in life. There are things like Scientist Food that can play a huge difference. And I think Josue's hesitance to potentially respond to Nimbus gave Dillon the red flag that he may have battering laser.
Right. All right, we'll see what Dillon decides to charge here. If he decides to charge at all. Not charging here is an okay play as well. Keep a lot of cards in your hand. Just really depends on how much untap he has. So he's going to choose not to charge.
And there it is, the legendary Flute. Now a limited card,
down to 1. Yep. So he got it. And there's the Scientist Fu.
Scientist Fu.
Where's that?
We're gonna do it.
Let's see it.
I was like,
let's see. Come on.
Is it too soon? Is it too soon?
Let's begin the experiment.
Actually, surprised we're seeing so many Scientist Fus. Actually, I expected Mira way more. All right. This goes up to 30, untaps.
I've noticed Storm decks have been doing this ratio where Mira's maybe at 2 and something like Fu is at 3. So their chances of seeing Fu obviously are greater. And Mira, since he's mostly just the game ender or, the potential, let me get rid of a Deadly Defender type card that makes it easy. I don't expect to see him too often. He also doesn't require a lot in drop area to play. So he's something you could see very late game.
Interesting that Dillon decided to use his double strike card on Scientist Fu, since it already has double strike.
Well, he's already Josue's at 2 life, so I think this is an all-in.
Yeah. But I think it would be okay for him to save the double strike card for his leader attack in case this doesn't.
That's true.
Give you one more chance. But we'll see. I guess he's just going all in.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that was enough.
So that was 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 35.
It's up there.
135. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah,
not a bad all-in.
That's okay. I've seen better. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. 135. That's for beginners.
All right. So, I mean, what do you think Josue could be doing to help combat this Storm?
115k on that.
115.
Oh, 115. I thought it was 130, so I was off.
That's fine. Yeah, I said I've seen better.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what, Dillon?
Yeah,
I want 120.
Yeah.
I want 120 on the next one.
Yeah.
So what do you think Josue should be doing going into? I mean, he's looking at the sign deck right now.
Well, this is the struggle with Storm, and is that it definitely gets into a situation where it's a little bit weaker after the sideboard. There's a lot of options in the sideboard. That's one thing that's changed with Set 5. Set 5 has essentially added in a bunch of new sideboard options.
Okay, I'm listening to you. I got completely caught off guard. I believe he has like a power overseeing time in his side.
Yeah.
That's an interesting choice for. I guess it's pretty good for U7 Frieza. I just wonder if he had a particular matchup in mind and where that would be the most useful.
Right.
But yeah, I think unfortunately this game in the Dragon Ball Super card game, if you don't already know, you were limited to 4 of the same copy of cards in deck, so you can't increase things like Sensu or Nimbus if you're already at 4, which is unfortunate but fortunate for Storm. So yeah, I think it's a matter of maybe your mulligan comes into a huge play right here, looking for those early sensu beans, looking for that early blue charge, and just being able to Nimbus and sensu out of these first couple of turns, because I myself, in my experience, sensu has gotten me through the entire storm rush.
Absolutely.
And then that was all I needed to win the game.
Yeah, absolutely. So curls and piercings. Actually, we were. I was just being sarcastic when I said that the combo power was for beginners. We're just kind of trolling a little bit. But great question, guys in chat. Let us know what the biggest combo you've ever seen is.
Yeah, that's actually a really fun question.
It's a super fun question. I actually don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But it's up there. 150 potentially, I think, is what I've seen. Maybe even 190, but I could be making that up.
I almost feel like I've seen 200 before. I didn't do it, but I think
set
it was
one though. It was the days of Vegeta 55 cards in hand,
right,
50 cards in deck. I'm exaggerating, obviously, but set one Vegeta had so many cards in hand, and we had very little negate options. You basically had Whis Coercion, or that's it.
Right. Yeah.
And if you didn't have it, that was a huge combo coming in from Vegeta.
Absolutely. Yeah, because he would just play a bunch of stuff out on board. He'd play a bunch of one drops out on board, then have a hand.
That's true. On top of that,
just go whole board plus whole hand, get you. Yeah, but I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a lot. Though. So back to the sideboard options for Josue. Again, Kami is a good sideboard option. It really kind of limits Storm. They can only play 3 guys a turn, which is still deadly.
Yes.
But it's cool to have that limiting factor to them. It is something that can really be important. I've seen a lot of Storm players get greedy. So you'll have Kami out, and they'll go, okay, well, I'll go up to 4, and I'll just combo one of my guys off the field. And then you negate that guy, so they can't combo, and then they're stuck with 4 guys on the field, and they're like, uh-oh. And then they get their board wiped. So Kami can be a decent sideboard card. But really what Jose wants to do here is just take his sideboard, take every defensive card he possibly can, and just shove it into his deck. Probably sideboard out objections is probably okay.
You could also increase the number of Crisis Crushers if you're not running 3 to 4. It may mess with the synergy of your deck, but I think it's going to pay off so much more in the end, because Frieza has the option to just throw out dead cards and draw 2 more. So increasing those cards that might ruin your synergy in this deck is not so terrible.
No, absolutely not. No. Who won game 1?
Josue.
Dillon won game 1.
I don't have the round counters. I apologize. Guys, when it comes to things on the overlay, you can just blame #blame Marcus in the chat right next to Krillin. We did have a lot of things we were trying to do, whether it was last minute or last week or whatever the case. We just wanted to give you just the best overlay we can. So maybe going into later or tomorrow, I can add those things just so you have more information as a viewer.
Absolutely, yeah. No. 150K quad strike Jiren. Holy crap.
I saw a 165 victory strike in the chat as well. That's a big boy.
That's a big guy coming in. If he hits you, you're done.
Yeah.
Too. It's not like, I'll take it. No, you're done. All right.
So game 2. Once again, this is a best of 3. Ooh. Choosing to charge the battering immediately, but he does find the early sensu. Now, I'm interested. I feel like against Storm, if I had another blue card, I would have...
Crisis Crusher.
That's why he didn't care. He was just like, you know what? Let's just go for the Crisis Crusher play.
I think... Is Crisis Crusher... I thought Crisis Crusher... your opponent needed to have a card in field.
No, I think it's if your opponent does not have card, you reduce the cost of this card in him by 2. Sick. And... I think that's why the judge had to also check.
Yeah.
But there's the one answer to the Crisis Crusher.
Are you kidding me, Dillon?
The one of Legendary Flute.
Oh my gosh.
This
unbelievable.
He is a warrior of the top deck.
Well, I'll tell you, to be fair, this isn't Storm's best turn. Turn 2 is usually their most scary turn.
But, I mean, this is not life Josue was planning on taking.
This is not good, because now he's tapped out. You know what I mean? It's not ideal.
And it's not like you can play out that Crisis Crusher so easily, because if he does put multiple bodies on board that you can't get rid of, Crisis Crusher is now a 3-drop in hand, excuse me.
Right.
So it's going to depend on that beam that we saw him draw off of his leader effect. So a blue charge is what I'm expecting as we move forward.
Jeez, I can't believe it. Josue's hand looks so good, too. He has a Flying Nimbus in hand. He could have Crisis Crusher turn 2, Flying Nimbus turn 1, Flying Nimbus turn 2. Oh, my gosh. Good luck, Storm. Good luck.
That was definitely heartbreaking. I know as a player, if my opponent shows me the one of Legendary Flute, I'm just like, you're the guy.
Good luck in the finals. You know what I mean?
Thank you guys for the feedback, too. If some of you are still having lag, we do apologize. I'm not seeing anything too crazy on our end, so maybe try and refresh anything you can do on your end to maybe better your experience.
Yeah, our stream manager, too, G, the production manager, actually has been talking to the he called down the convention center.
Yes.
And they're looking at the internet issue as well, probably going to upgrade or do something like that as well. So don't worry, we do have that in process of fixing. So
there's a lot of things that are happening while we are here, still giving you just the national championship event while trying to fix things in the background. So just bear with us, guys, and we will do our absolute best. And there's the free blockers. I think that's another reason why Trunk Storm is also so good. You have the options of free blockers where you don't really have that with Hyrule Garn.
Yeah.
But then you give up what's arguably the best super combo in the game.
Sure, I agree 100%.
Hoid.
Yeah, what's really cool though is that in some ways the Trunks he turns every super combo into that kind of, because he gets to draw 2.
Sorry, I was a little thrown off.
He played 2 yellow.
He played another yellow.
Yeah. It's weird because he does have Senzu Bean in hand.
I think it's because he does have Nimbus in hand. I think he feels Nimbus is better.
Another really cool thing about Trunks too is with a free blocker, he can throw the free blocker out like that, and if he doesn't have to use it, he can just combo with it off field and draw off of it.
Yeah.
So he replaces itself. It's just such a very versatile card in Trunks.
Can he play Crisis Crusher for 1 in that situation? Let me pull this up here. Maybe I was incorrect. If there are no battle cards in play in your battle area. In your battle area. Okay, yeah, so he can't do that. So I was incorrect earlier. I do apologize, guys. I thought it had to do with your opponent's battle area, but as long as you have no battle cards in your battle area, this card is a 1-drop. So that's extremely effective still, 100%. All right, Dillon choosing to charge a super combo. Interesting choice. But based on his hand, it looks like there was nothing but super combos, so that might have been his only blue option.
Yeah, like we talked about before, it's very unlikely that you want to ever charge a super combo, but so when you see a player do so, you know that they almost have multiple in hand, right?
Yes.
So this is really, really good information for Josue. We'll see what he decides to get off this Goten here. Ooh, tough choice.
Yeah, that is a tough
choice.
choice.
Going for the Goku there, though.
Oh, successor, I believe it is.
Yeah, it is, yeah. So you must be using that to search the Goku.
Yo, Lens, thank you. Yeah. Hopefully that helps. And it looks like you were saying your stream is okay now. So yeah, guys, just try a refresh. That could honestly do it for you. Honestly, Thick Tracer, I'm not entirely sure. I do not remember.
There's no successor. I expect him to go get Goku, but we'll see what he gets here. Yeah, there it is. Okay.
So I'm very curious because at what point and why did people decide that Dependable Dynasty Goku was a good option for the Storm deck?
I don't know, and it's so funny because the card is absurd. It's so good in the deck. It just gives you another attacker, because what happens, like you said, once you get around the turn 3 and 4 stage, you're attacking with a bunch of 10Ks, and it's hard to push that final damage. But that Goku is just essentially has that extra 5K that's needed a lot of the times to get that last little bit of damage in. So, yeah, I'm not sure why people decided to play it. I don't know if they just kind of forgot it was a card, or they just maybe, they were winning games before, so, and then now that people are going more defensive, they have to go more offensive. But it's a great addition.
Right. I sort of answered my own question right when you started talking. I think it's just a matter of they needed options to swing against Awakened leaders without having to give up cards. And Dependable Dynasty is a great choice. Actually, I want to answer a question I saw in the chat here. Cirque, no set 5 decks. We just didn't happen to get 2 set 5 decks, or even 1 on stream. You're definitely going to see set 5. Set 5 is 100% legal at this event. So you're going to definitely see that. Oh my God, that's my fault. I completely forgot about life totals this game. We got so into the conversation.
All right. So now, passing off to Josue, see what he decides to do with his turn. Really expect him to charge a blue here, maybe this objection. I'm really surprised. He's going for a black charge. That can't be the right choice. And there's a Senzu Bean.
Looks like using leader effect, yep.
So the fact that he's charging the Senzu Bean lets me know that he's going to object to this turn.
Yeah. If you were at table 71, please come up to the judge desk, please. If you were at table 71,
showing his drop area, probably going to play here a sign. Oh no, a Mass Saiyan actually.
Mass Saiyan is one of those sideboard cards we talked about. It's fantastic against Storm. Again, one of my biggest problems with Storm.
I knew that was going to happen. I was like, I knew this was going to pull up the other one, the Mysterious Warrior. There he is.
Yeah, so one of my biggest problems with playing Storm, and that's why I don't think it was a great choice this weekend, was there's just so many sideboard options against it. Whether it's Crisis Crusher, Mass Saiyan, so many different black cards that got revealed. It's just so tough I think, as Storm to battle, and you know people are going to be expecting you, right? And I think that's what Dillon's going to be struggling with game 2 and 3 here.
And I had mentioned earlier, I was like, I think a Mass Sane in the side deck would not be a bad choice, and you're seeing how effective it is here. Definitely not a staple overwhelm card anymore, but against certain decks like Veggies and Storm, it does a great job in clearing the board.
Absolutely. I'm really surprised that Josue kept Objection in the deck. I don't think it's necessary against Storm. If you could survive with it, it is nice going up in energy, but
right.
I feel like there's just too many situations where you might just draw an Objection, and it's just kind of a dead card. And I feel like against Storm, you can't afford to have dead cards in your hand.
I did like how he used it in this case. He he tapped out, managed to play Scientist Fool, was able to get the restand on his leader. We see that Victory Strike is actually already in the drop, so maybe he just chose not to go for it.
True.
Which is interesting. I'm assuming we might see something like a 7-drop Frieza from Tournament Power, and that could be good because there's a lot of autos that trigger in the case of Storm. So yeah, that could put them in this case where they have to pay life in order to get these effects that are very powerful to trigger, but without effects, Storm's kind of falls off.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Dillon's going to Awaken here, draw 2 cards off the Awaken. This is a big turn right here, so we'll see what he can pull off. Looks like it's going to be so far just 25k double. We'll see if he decides to combo one more card. Maybe a Trunks to untap, but we'll see. Super combo. He gets to draw 2.
Definitely looking to put pressure here.
One off the effect. All right, our street judge taking a look at the card. Dillon won the first round, guys. Yeah, we'll try to maybe add like a little...
Yeah, like a round
count. Like a little counter for you guys. All right, so this since you'd be number 1 into a super combo.
So that's going to put him up to 30k right there. 35. The attack, I'm assuming, was 35, so maybe another 5. Actually...
Yeah, so it's 35 into 20.
Yeah, he got 30, up to 40. Yeah,
40,
he ended up comboing a Scientist Fu. I'm hoping Dillon doesn't forget that he has the Bardock here, unless he doesn't have a swap target, which is...
Yeah, unfortunate, but we do see the Goku in hand, so there's a swap into that.
Okay, there we go.
So this is going to be 15 and 20 just base.
Doesn't he have to pay 2 for that? I could have sworn he still had...
What is it?
He has to pay 2 for that Goku, right?
No, it's free. Yeah, it's free because Bardock swaps for free.
Oh yeah, I'm silly. I'm thinking.
But the Goku does. You have to pay 2 for the Goku to swap
into a 3. Yeah. Sorry.
So you're
I got it backwards.
You were right.
I'm like on top of everything. I was like, I don't want anyone to do anything weird.
Right.
I want this to be. Let me have a good, clean fight. You know.
Marcus comes out there. Guys, listen. Good, clean fight. Pull the mic down. Let's get ready to rumble. See what Dillon decides to combo here. Looks like he's going to combo the Trunks.
Looked like he's not having as much of an explosive turn that he was last game. I'm not sure if this Crisis Crush is really playing. I mean, just kidding. I know it's playing a huge part in that, but I didn't think it would be playing this much of a part. Not to mention, I think Josue is sensued right now, so there's a lot that Dillon has to keep in mind trying to get over this.
Yeah, guys, he didn't play Roshi out. He negated with Nimbus and tossed Roshi.
Yeah.
Looks like Josue is going to take the hit. Good at 2.
Unfortunately, having going down to 2.
All right, there's the warp. It looks like that's going to be the end of Dillon's turn. That's going to be really hard for Josue to come back from this position. Being at 2 life is extremely scary against Storm. They have so many ways to just shotgun their hand out, and just especially Trunks.
Go ahead, using leader effect, ditching the Adult Cost Vegeta.
Super combo, 2 pretty good cards.
I'm actually wondering why he chose to ditch the Adult Cost Vegeta, because Oh no, Dillon is at 4. I was, for some reason, once again, I was thinking he was at 3, but even my own life counter saying he's at 4, because I was like, if he's at 3, that would have been a great option with a bad ring laser. He's actually playing out the dash pack, Goku Zuniga Goku. I'm for the life of me cannot remember the name of that card. Let me see if I can.
I think the only downside with the at all cost Vegeta is I think you do have to take 2 life. So he would kill himself if he used the Vegeta, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. Oh, that's true. Yeah, he is already at 2. So at all costs is definitely a dead card. So good option.
All right, so it's attack 15,000. Into 15,000 here, Frieza into Trunks.
Yeah, Goomba. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm getting too excited about big plays. I'm not thinking about
at all costs. Vegeta's my boy.
Yeah.
Right? I want that guy to win as many games as he can.
He just has triple strike naturally, right? You know, you just play the card.
Right.
So this is a super combo on the leader swing, so it's going to bring him up to 25.
So Dillon 25 to 25 right now. Dillon still has to use 1 more card. 25 being the magic number is what I always like to say.
And he does have option for a bean, which I was surprised. I actually thought he was going to use it there.
I wonder why Dillon feels like he has to defend this attack. He's still at 4 life. It's not bad to take hits here.
Is this a scientist foo? It's another Mass Saiyan. The interesting choice. I think he's just looking for double strike options here.
Yeah, knocking your opponent from 4 to 2 is pretty ideal, especially if you have another double striker. So this is 35K right here. 35K into 15K. We'll see what Dillon decides to do. Definitely has a lot of options here. He does have Sensu Bean. A couple more, I think 1 more or 2 more super combos if you count the Unbreakables.
And there's a Sensu Bean.
Yeah, so he goes up to 20. So 20 to 35. 30 to 35. Needs to go 10 more. Or 5 more. Yeah, I think Josue is saying I can't beat you.
Yeah, I think Josue is just basically agreeing that he doesn't have a way out of it. He couldn't get the win right there, so unfortunately not being able to take that game. So Dillon's actually going to be taking game 2 and the match.
Yeah, in
round 1.
2-0 for Storm in Dillon's favor.
Let's bounce it back on over to us here.
Yeah, definitely. That's fantastic. Fantastic play by both Dillon and Josue. Both played very well.
Yeah, no, that was a fun game. I do agree. I do want to see some Set 5 goodness get on the stream. But it was nice to see, just, classic Trunk Storm, U7 Frieza.
Absolutely.
And also not seeing U7 Frieza play like in that stalling manner. It was a different sort of game plan. It wasn't just like I'm going for victory strike and that's it, no interaction. And I think he was forced to kind of have interaction because he wasn't really confident that he may get to that 5th energy.
Right. I think Josue's only mistake I saw was that I think that he could have not put the objections back in the deck. I think you cut those out. You play just a more standard defense game, and your cards are good enough late game where you're just going to win.
Yeah.
Storm is not a deck that you have to kill. It's a deck that kills itself to kill you, and if you survive, you just win.
Yeah. So I think you capitalize on their mistakes of how much life they're taking, and you find that triple strike, that double strike with the bad ring, and you just call it a day.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, guys. So I think we're going to. I think they're going to try to roll the camera over so we can get some bonus coverage, guys. We do have a bonus coverage match being recorded for you guys as well. We're going to try to pop over there as much as we can, but it'll be displayed later at a later date for you guys. We have tons of content for you guys this weekend between player interviews and deck profiles, just so many things. And also, guys, if you have any questions feel free to let us know at Dragon Ball Super Card Game in chat. And me and Marcus will do our best to answer your questions as soon as possible, guys.
Yeah. If you're getting lag, it's probably the webcam. I'm just going through all the different issues I've had at other events.
Sure.
So I'm just I think it's the webcam. Let's try and figure it out. Unfortunately, which is weird because I don't think we had this issue yesterday.
No, we didn't.
Okay,
so we're actually going to switch over to interview, guys. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in just a bit.
I'm going to assume it is this.
All right, what is up, guys? I have our round 1 feature match winner here. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. I won the first round.
It's the best way to start. You literally can't start any better unless you, like, got a Dragon Ball out of it somehow. Did you get a Dragon Ball out of it?
I was a little disappointed. I was hoping so. That little lanyard, like, it looked like it had a real Dragon Ball. I was like, oh, it's just pictures of Dragon Balls. But it's still cool.
I'm sure we can find you one. I'm sure. Okay, so what is your game plan this weekend? What do you think is really going to help you stand above the rest to become the national champion?
Just not making mistakes. I made one mistake in that game, and fortunately I still won 2-0. But, you know, misplays could make me lose. I feel like the deck I'm running, the Trunk Storm, it's pretty standard. Same list I played in Florida, won that regional. But I don't feel like there's any surprises. I feel like I just have to not beat myself. I feel like that deck can beat any matchup as long as I play solid. I don't get too sleepy. I go take a snack and stay focused.
What do you think your biggest challenge in this room is?
Who? Probably my teammates. Maybe Rory Rhodes, Ben Stevens, Robert Wright, because they test with me all the time. They know exactly. So a lot of people, like, they saw me on stream last time, they question my plays, things like that. They say I'm a little unorthodox with how I play, but they play me over and over and over. And probably if I match one of my teammates, just because they know my deck list in and out, they know my play style in and out, and I think one of them probably has the best chance to beat me.
All right, last question. The most important question, maybe, dare I say. Who's gonna win the Brawley movie?
In the Brawley movie? Brawley. Hands down.
There you go. Brawley's win the Brawley movie. Back to the Dusty at the desk, guys. Enjoy your week.